Hey everybody, this is your practice problems video for properties of triangles. This one will hopefully be pretty short and it's mostly going to be practice with the exterior angle theorem and the isosceles triangle theorem because you hopefully, right, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that you had seen those other three theorems, triangle sum, angle side relationships, and oh my goodness. I'm terrible. I've completely forgotten what it was called. And the triangle inequality theorem. I'm hoping that you had seen those before. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it here. Okay, so this says I'm trying to find the indicated angle measure, which in this is angle A. So I'm going to put an X there just so that I know that's what I'm looking for. Okay, and what I'm hoping that you notice is that I have an exterior angle here. Okay, and then I have the two remote interior angles right there, A and C. So I know from the exterior angle theorem that angle A plus angle C has to equal 120. Okay, so I have X plus 60 equals 120. So that means that X is 60 degrees. Okay, so that's the measure of the angle that I'm looking for. Now, bonus, right? Just based on that information, we can classify this triangle now as an equilateral triangle because you have two angles that are already given to you that are 60 degrees, which means the third one has to also be 60 degrees. Okay, so equilateral triangle, right? Okay, let's look at number 2. So 2 says, find, again, indicated angle measure. So I'm trying to find angle BCD. So remember, to figure out which angle you're looking for, you always want to look at the middle letter to kind of know where the vertex is, and then start with the first letter, follow to the second, and then go to the third in the picture. So angle BCD is this angle right here. Okay, so I have some information that's going to help us. I'm actually going to call this X, right, because that's really what I'm looking for. Okay, I have a couple of pieces of information that's going to help me here. Okay, but I'm going to have to go an extra step in this one. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I have this exterior angle, 127. But that is the remote interior angle of these two, right? The 71 and this question mark right here. So let's figure out what that question mark angle is. So I have 71 plus my question mark angle has to equal 127. Okay, so I'm going to subtract, and I get that that question mark angle is 56. Okay, all right, and then I'm hoping that you noticed, okay, that this angle C is a right angle. Okay, so that means that the X, the one that I'm looking for, plus the question mark that I just found, 56, has to equal 90 degrees. So I'm going to subtract 56 from both sides. It's a terrible 5, but what can you do? Okay, and I end up with X is equal to 34. Okay, so BDC, the one, or BCD, sorry, the one that I'm looking for is 34 degrees. Okay. All right, let's take a look at number 3, which again is going to use our exterior angle theorem. Okay. Okay, so this says find the value of X and then find the measure of each interior angle. So I need to find all of these angle measurements, right? Angle P, I already know what R is, and then I need to find this one, PQR, right, which is this one right here. Okay, so again, I have my two remote interior angles has to equal the exterior angle. Okay, so I have X plus 58 has to equal 2X, right? So I'm going to subtract X from both sides so I can get I can get all of the X's on one side of my equal sign. So I have 58 equals 2X. Okay, so I'm going to divide that by 2 on both sides. Divided by 2, divided by 2. So I end up with 29. X is equal to 29. Oh, wait, guys, sorry. That was that's totally wrong what I just did, right? I'm hoping you can catch my mistake. Sorry, I just pulled the 2x down here like an idiot, right? Without subtracting the x that I had in the first place. So 2x minus x is just x. Sorry, everybody. The struggle is so real. This is what happens when Miss E's been filming videos all day. So I just get that x is equal to 58. Sorry about that, okay? So x is 58, which means angle P is 58. Okay, so then the last thing I have to find is that question mark angle right there. Well, I know that 58 plus 58 plus my question mark angle has to equal 180. Okay, so this is 116 plus my question mark angle has to equal 180. So that means that my question mark angle, if I subtract 116 from both sides, I get that my question mark angle is 62 degrees. So PQR, the one that I'm looking for, the question mark one, is 62 degrees. Okay? Now, just based on this, right, what I'm hoping that you can see is that we have two angles that are congruent here. Angle P and angle R are congruent. So we could consider those base angles. Okay, so those are base angles in an isosceles triangle. So that would mean this side, QR, and this side, QP, are congruent. Okay, not part of this problem, but an interesting thing to look at regardless. Okay, which kind of leads us into our next set of problems here. Okay, so 4 and 5 both deal with this isosceles triangle idea. Okay, so this is find the measure of the base angles for this isosceles triangle. Okay, so this, the 48, is my vertex angle. Okay, and angle A and angle C are congruent. Right? So remember, the rule is 2 times the base angle plus the vertex angle has to equal 180. Okay, so I have 2 times the base angle plus 48 has to equal 180. I'm going to subtract 48 from both sides, so I get 2b equals 132. And then I'm going to cut that in half, divide by 2, divide by 2. So you end up with, oh my god, whoops, sorry guys, I'm over here totally writing the wrong thing. I'm struggling to do math in my head. So 132 divided by 2 is 66. Okay, so each of those angles, A and C, are both 66. Okay, all right, then number 5 is going in the opposite direction. Okay, 5 goes in the opposite direction. It says each of the base angles is 36. So my base angles are 36, and my vertex angle is what I don't know. Okay, so I have 2 times 36 plus the vertex angle equals 180. 2 times 36 is 72 plus the vertex angle equals 180. And I'm going to subtract 72 from both sides. Minus 72, minus 72. So I get that the vertex angle is 108 degrees. So that's my missing value right there. All right, y'all. So unless you're like adding a bunch of other like expressions into these types of problems, like say in this problem number 3, if we had more complex expressions for x or 2x right here, then these problems get a little bit more complicated to solve. But the rules and the geometry rules, like the formulas that we use that are based on the geometric properties, are fairly simple and will stay the same no matter what. It just the problems get more complicated if they put more complex things in each of the angle slots or the side like slots for you to solve for. Okay, and that's just about it. So that is it for this video, and I will see you in the next video for quadrilateral properties.